Hi, Shashi Kumar. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good to see you, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for coming down here.
Oh, yeah, it's a lovely farm.
Yeah,
It's a lovely
for a
farm.
lot of people, it's a desolated place, but thank
Now,
you for coming down.
it's not for me, and this is the second visit, and I'm as excited as I was during my first visit. Once again, thanks for putting up such a lovely farm. So we have with us Shashi Kumar. He is the founder CEO of Akshayakalpa, a very well-known, prominent organic dairy products company. Many of the products are on the shelves in many cities across India. You have Akshayakalpa milk, butter, honey, curd, and many more. What I want to talk today, Sashi, is something slightly different. We have known each other for almost a year now, and what I've been fascinated about right from the beginning, or at least one of the key things I've been fascinated about, is somebody transitioning from the IT field, which seems very far away from what you're doing right now, to building an organic food brand. Now, it's not just the brand part of it, it involves a lot of what I would call as the agricultural stuff, livestock stuff. So I'm really fascinated about how a person from an IT sector transitioned to this. What motivated him? So I would like to answer it in two parts. One is what was your background before this, and what motivated you to get into this?
Hey, thank you, Narsi. I think to answer your later part of the question first, see, we are all born in a farming family. I was born in a farming family. My father is still a farmer.
Oh,
Okay, and but like any other farmer, he never wanted his son to be a farmer. So he has seen the worst of farming, and that's my background. Day when I was born, I was told no need to get into farming. So your job is study well,
yep.
okay, go to Bangalore and become an engineer. That's
So
it.
where were you born?
I was born in a small village near Hosur. It's a village called Guddahatti. It's a bordering between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka.
So you
Okay.
went to Bangalore fairly early.
Yeah, very, very early. And like any other father, okay, he wanted me to go and study well. And he used to monitor my scores very, very closely. If I don't score 100 out of 100 in physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, I had it. Okay, so next 3 months, lot of lecture. Where the 1 mark go, 2 mark go, all those things. Okay, so coming back to this, no farmer want his sons to be a farmer. So in my case, it's the same. So I was lucky that I was part of the software revolution, what you can call. India was just opening up early 90s. And thankfully, we studied well because of my father's pestering. So we became an engineer. We've seen the outside world. So spent most of my career in Wipro, close to around 17 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And spent some time in US, okay, working for some of the Wipro
So what
clients.
were you doing? You were coding or you were managing? What were you doing?
No, I was never a manager. I was a hardcore coder. I always felt all the people who do manipulate PowerPoint presentations, they are actually brain dead.
That's me, by the way. You are referring to me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. I take it as part of the whole thing.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So that was the background. Of course, Wipro actually had a great environment to groom people. So that is also, I give a lot of credit to them. How they groom people, how they give freedom to people and go and experiment and fail. That's the culture we had. I think 2010, we all decided, around 27 of us in Wipro. 27 people, okay, we decided, we'll leave our jobs and we'll go to do farming. Like any other software engineer's dream. We don't know what we want to do. So that's exactly how this entire journey started. That's my background. So till 2010, we were engineers sitting and coding. And we all thought, other than coding, there's no other software work can exist. So that's the background.
Just curious, before I move on to another question I have, 27 is a, well, very large number, and especially for software engineers, 27 of them to decide we are going to shift into something completely different, and that to farming, looks pretty blown to me. But what really motivated you guys to take the step? You see, thinking is easy. I'm sure many software engineers are thinking, I want to go out and do something in the real world, maybe on the fields in agriculture, but hardly anybody really does it. So, what 27 of you, what made you guys actually take that step?
In fact, Narsi, what we wanted to do was very different. We didn't want to do dairy. Okay, what we want to do is go to villages. Is it possible to transform farming where young people can stay in farming? That's the question we wanted to answer.
Got it.
Okay, I think the problem statement was very clear. Problem statement was not building a dairy. Okay, the problem statement was, can you go to villages and explore if young people why they are leaving farming? I am a great example. Why I left farming? Because of economic viability issues.
Correct.
Parents are pushing their children out. Why that economic viability in farming? Can we solve it? Can we attack it? That's exactly how we got started. You know, the altruistic idea what we had was in 2010 was, we'll go to villages, identify 1 or 2 or 3 people in a village, especially ladies who are in distress, okay, unmarried spinsters, widows,
Yep.
or where children have left their parents. We want to identify those kind of people, bring them to a common place, okay, do capacity building, send them back to villages, set up agri enterprises. That's exactly how we thought.
That's fine. But
Okay.
how did you guys break out of your software, shall we say, cubicle and actually start doing it? I mean, there must have been some clear motivation or a push that did it. All this altruistic feeling is fine, but was there any incident or was there somebody who made you actually start doing it?
Yes. So this all started in 2001, okay, when we were still young guys, okay, software, around 10, 12 years in software, and peak of our careers, we were earning a lot of money.
Yep.
Okay, and so this was when, okay, Dr. G.N.S. Reddy was part of BIFE, okay, and he wanted to do what he called Yuva Chetana. Yuva Chetana was young people, how to energize them, okay, in villages. What he asked was, some of us software engineers, you know, you can give up your coffee and tea, what you drink, okay, that amount of money you invest. I will show you how to engage young people and get them into farming, okay, and make them set up agri enterprises, okay. That was on a grant mode. Okay, we mobilized some grants and those initiatives were started.
Okay.
But Dr. Reddy of the opinion that his grant system is not working. Again and again he has to go and raise money, okay, get people into farming. That's exactly what his problem was. Then we thought, why don't we make the farmers themselves entrepreneurs? That's exactly how the trigger was. Dr. Reddy was the main reason, okay, saying, hey, let's go and change this entire, okay, grant-based model systems and make farmers entrepreneurs. So that's the triggering point, Narsi. And I think these 27 people, Dr. Reddy was able to motivate, and we could leave our jobs. And whatever savings we had, we put it into, okay, getting this entire thing organized.
You see, starting 2010, now it's 2023, 13 years. It's been a long journey, but you guys have grown. You guys are today 800 people strong. Your products are on the shelves of thousands of retail shops in Chennai. That's a big growth, right? And in a field where growth takes time and there are too many challenges. So while Dr. Reddy could have been the spark that made you do it, were there other key drivers that made you guys from where you were 10, 13 years back to where you are today, the scale that you have achieved? Well, I know that you still have many miles to go, but you have already come to a very good stage in terms of both the kind of impact you had with 1,000 plus farmers in Karnataka, as well as the kind of products you are producing. So quickly, were the drivers that helped you along the way in the last 13 years?
I think the fundamental aspect of any journey, okay, Narsi, is we need to have people who can understand what we are doing with you. Okay, it is just not us. Okay, it's about other ecosystem. I think we are extremely fortunate that we had a lot of people with us who could actually support. Whenever we were in a trouble, we could go and say, you know, we ran out of money. Okay, people could actually give us money. Okay, so that's the ecosystem. I think we were fortunate. Not many people are fortunate enough. Okay, that's one wonderful aspect.
You're talking about the investor part mainly?
Yeah, investors. Yeah, mainly it is investors. Okay. Second part is a lot of accidents which happened. Okay, we didn't want to do dairy, but where survival was what is required. In 2012, after 2 years of work, okay, we took some of the milk which was produced, okay, in some of our farms, and gave it to some of our friends, okay, and some joggers in Krishnarao Park in Jayanagar. And they just took it and they became our advocates. So Akshayakalpa never marketed, okay, now we never went and sold. That's the second, okay, part where consumer support, okay, we could get. The third important aspect is the farmers, amount of support they extended us, that's been amazing. They saw there is a value for them and they could really go out of, okay, their way and make their own farm successful. I attribute these three important things, Narsi. Good investor supporter ecosystem and very good
farmers,
consumers and farmers. Okay, these are the three important drivers, okay, in our entire journey.
And I think one I can probably add, since I know you guys a bit, you have got some really good guys working with you as
Yes.
well. That's also made the difference.
Yes.
Because some of the guys I've met who again have come from traditional sectors or technical sectors like IT, they have the passion to
Yes.
run it. You are extremely lucky there as well.
Yes, I think people have played a wonderful role. Okay, for example, Chandan, who is anchoring that entire okay, Tamil Nadu initiative. Okay, he is an engineer by himself, software engineer by himself, and wife worked in JP Morgan. Okay, and both of them are here in the remotest part. It's Changalpattu district. Okay, near Per
Sounds
Panchayat.
quite crazy actually.
Yeah, they're staying here and anchoring it. That's just amazing. Yeah, so we have been lucky with people also, been able to find good people.
Last question. So I'm sure there are, if not millions, at least a few thousands of software guys out there, or guys who are very well off, be they in JP Morgan, be they in Infosys, be they in Wipro, be they in Google. They all want to do something like what you're doing. What would your suggestion be for them to take the first steps? The journey might be 15 years away. What would be a first? What would be a suggestion for them to for the first steps? I mean, what should they try to do in the first 6 months or a year or something like that?
So I think the fundamental is if they want to really come into farming, okay, and agriculture, etc., they need to really understand what's happening. There are a lot of misguiding which is happening, which is driven by Excel sheet calculations. It doesn't work. Farming is a very, very different. None of the variables, okay, if you talk, okay, in a software terminology, there are too many variables. It is not under your control. So how do we understand those variables? Rain, pests, soil, market, okay, nothing is under our control. So still, how do you make farming work? It's very, very important. So if at all anybody is, okay, wants to start, okay, into farming or agriculture, I think they should go and spend some time, study people who have done it. Okay, at least I can give them, they can come and spend time in our
Maybe they can
farms.
spend some time over here.
Yeah, you hear, go to our farms and stay there and talk to farmers, understand what is happening. Okay, probably that's the first starting
I
point.
think
That's it.
it's a wonderful idea. Just spend some time
Yes.
at the farm, maybe 2 months, 3 months,
Yes.
and then go back and think again.
Yes, very important.
Hey, wonderful. Thank you
Yeah,
very
thank
much.
you,
Thanks
Narsi.
for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.